Okay, you want to buy Alberta? Maybe we can have a swap. How about giving us Hawaii?
Alberta, the 51st state? A new poll suggests our neighbors to the south would entertain the idea of buying the resource rich province, all while an MLA pushes for more independence and the rest of Canada watches and shakes its head.
They think Alberta, in some ways, is doing very well, and they don't understand what it's complaining about.
A new Abacus data poll provided exclusively to Maclean says 40% of Americans were open to making an offer on Alberta, while 1 in 5 support an outright invasion to snatch up Canadian natural resources.
If you think back, I don't know, 8, 10 months ago, Trump was talking about buying Greenland. Trump, incidentally, doesn't have a very strong sense of geography. We just learned the other day that he thought Finland was part of Russia. So he might very well think that Alberta is part of British Columbia.
It comes as Alberta MLA Drew Barnes, who was on the Fair Deal panel but says it doesn't go far enough, pens a letter to the Premier that has the word independence in it 4 times.
Talk about Alberta separatism is ridiculous.
I fundamentally believe that that's the wrong path for Alberta. First of all, I am an unqualified Canadian patriot, and I don't believe you can qualify your patriotism.
But would Albertans be open to the idea of becoming part of the U.S.? After all, some believe that the rhetoric we hear coming out of the province is more in line with what we hear coming out of the States.
Alberta, in many ways, is the province of Canada, which has been the most sympathetic to the United States and has been the most influenced by the United States. If you look at the history of Alberta, a formative group settling Alberta were Americans coming up from the American Midwest.
Wiseman ultimately says no, Albertans are still very Canadian, adding they likely know more about Canadian history than Alberta's historical ties to the U.S.
Albertans are alienated from Canada. Many are. But if you ask them, there's still a strong attachment to Canada.
In Calgary, Jonathan Muma, City News.